Hi, this is Cecelia from Tarot by Cecelia, and today is Tuesday, April 14th, 2020. The tarot card for today is the Eight of Pentacles, or in this case, the Eight of Coins from artist Joanna Nelson from Napa Valley. This is from her Whispering Spirits Tarot, which is currently available. You can follow Joanna on Facebook under Joanna Nelson Studio or Instagram under Joanna Nelson Studio. And she is also currently working on a new deck. You might want to follow her just to see that in progress. I'm going to wait a few months before I start showing you any images from that. I want to give her time to, complete most of the deck. But I will say this, I think you're going to like it. Yesterday, I talked for so long that I didn't bring up an aspect that I wanted to speak about, which is occurring today. And if you follow my weekly video that comes out, which shows all of the cards for the week, it's on Facebook and Instagram, then you would have seen where I wrote that the early part of this week is a little bit difficult, a little bit of tension that's here, okay? And today we see the sun, which is normally, a good feel, right? Squaring off with Pluto. Pluto likes to dig deep and, really bring the ugly to the surface sometimes. So you might want to read more about that on my calendar of planetary events, which is available over on my website, tarotbycecelia.com. And if you know how to save that link to your device as a shortcut, you'll find that it gives you the ability to see what's going on each day by looking at the monthly calendar and clicking on the date. If you do not know how to do that, contact me and let me know what kind of a device you have, and I'll help you figure it out. This card represents attention to detail and working very hard to get things done, often shutting out the outside world, which leads me to believe, and I have to say it this way, for those of you who follow void of course moons, the moon today, for pretty much like a good 12 hours or so during the day, the evening, will be void of course in the hard-working sign of Capricorn. So you can apply your time and efforts to a project, but make certain that it is a project which you had already begun. Do not begin anything new. And I would also suggest waiting until another time that is more appropriate for deciding when your project is complete. In other words, don't hit that button, the one that says, that's it, I've got everything that I need to do. Okay, just hold off on that part. One of the things that I am finding, and it's one of the messages that I have been trying to get through to my people on Patreon and in my members only area, because I discuss all the things that are going on in a long range forecast, not just daily as I do here. And I have been telling people that this time frame, long before we knew there was a pandemic coming, that this time frame was meant to do whatever it is that you've been needing to do. All right, like if there was a project that you put off, today is showing that really getting into it, okay, whatever the case may be. And I'm starting to see people saying that now that they've been home, for a couple weeks, it depends upon where you are, could be even a month, finally wrapping their head around getting this project underway and getting, really involved in it. Like, it's time to make it happen. And how do you do that? It's kind of like that person with a checklist, and they're going along and they're checking off that list with everything that they wanted to do. And I always view this card as one of those where whether, you stay up late at night going through paperwork, trying to make sense of it all, because it's kind of like burning the midnight oil. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm going to go off in my office room over here, block out the wife, the kids, she can teach them the school thing for today. I'm going to go over here and I'm going to work in my office on this project. And I'm not saying just husbands, anybody, okay? Whatever the case may be. Just one of those days where you really need to dig in and devote your time to this. And it actually feels like the perfect time. As I said, Capricorn is all about that hard work. One of the things that this project may be is, like I call it like your side hustle. But, it might be a side hustle that you never really put into play, or that you wanted it to eventually become your, your real day job. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe you've just been doing what you had to do until you could get to the point where you could do this. And the universe is giving you the opportunity now. If you're sitting at home, this project deserves your attention, whatever it may be. This is the time, whether you're doing the research on how to make it happen or you're putting together the pieces of how it's going to work. There's definitely something that's going on here. And this applies to more of you than you can possibly imagine. Because when this is all over, things will never go back to the way that they were. But there will be much that is implemented and has been being implemented, things which will be different. And you may very well have a vision of something that you want to do that will fit in to what the new world will be. So you give that some thought, all right? If it's been a time where you always just dreamt about something, it may very well be time to do it. I want to thank you all very much for being here. I'll see you here again tomorrow. And as always, have a great day.